Family relationships provide resources that help individuals cope with stress, engage in better behavior, and build self-esteem. Doing Family with Bunmi is a talk show that brings relevant topics together that help families foster better relationships as they journey through life. Do well to follow us across all our social media platforms. Kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we are also on App Store and Play Store. Download and subscribe. Thank you.
She made really good points. Now, I think they've always forced advice. They don't even advise now. They don't advise.
They just tell you must do it.
You must do it. And
but don't you think there is so much vice in the world today, and they are just trying to watch out for you?
of course, I actually believe that most teenagers misunderstand their parents. They don't see where they are coming from. And I say that confidently because I actually raised my younger ones.
Okay.
I didn't just, most firstborns would just be around,
Okay.
but I actually took an active part
You were active.
in raising them.
Yeah.
And I saw once my younger brother is bringing an attitude I don't like, it hurts me deeply. I wouldn't want him to go that way.
So you were able to experience what your parents.
Yes. So when I was growing up,
Yeah.
I was actually active. I played an active role in raising my younger ones. I cared for them. I watched their friends because I wanted to see them grow to be the best.
Okay.
So whenever I saw them hanging out with some certain people that I didn't think had the values that they should embody as good people.
Yeah.
Now it wasn't about what I wanted now. It was about what would make them better people.
People
and
in
I think
society.
that's exactly better people in the society. That might be where some parents miss it. Now it's not about what I want. It's not about what will make me feel good. It's about what will make my child be the best.
Okay.
That's also an area I think some
Okay.
parents should look into.
Okay,
Yeah.
because sometimes you find parents telling children, "Oh, you're going to go to university and you're going to study medicine.
Yes.
You're going to go to the university. You're going to
Exactly.
study engineering."
Yes.
Even when the child is saying, the child might be a very intelligent child, but the parents sees that as an opportunity to say, "Oh, you're intelligent. This is where you should fit
Yes,
in." But the
you
child is
must.
thinking, "Mommy, I like drama. Mommy, I like music," and the mommy is saying,
Not
"How
in a
much money
Nigerian
will that
household.
will that
How
fetch
much
you?"
will that fetch you? Yeah.
Not
How
in a
much will
Nigerian
that fetch you?
household.
But I think things are changing.
Yeah,
Things are
things
changing
are-
I really
gradually.
hope so, because it can be stifling, to say the least. Because when parents discover potential in their child or their children, they automatically decide for them, "Oh, this potential will be good here, this potential will be good here." But that's not what the child wants.
Okay.
And I know they are trying to do it the right way. They always want what is best for us. But I think in what, they forget that what is best for us is not what they want. It's not what they did. It's not what they think is right. What is best for us may not always be, their decision. Their decision may not always be what is best for us.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Okay.
There are certain situations where we have to take, the matters into our own hands. I personally believe that parents should have the conversation with their children. "Oh, what are your hobbies? What do you like doing? What would you like to study in university?" Instead of just making decisions for them. Because at the end of the day, I feel like resentment will start to grow along the line.
Yeah.
And you will not know until the child will graduate, and you will just be estranged, and you'll be wondering, where did I get it wrong? And you just wanted the best for
that
your child.
Might I also add that most of the time, parents, or rather sometimes, parents might not actually be wrong. It might just be misplaced. Because I don't know what anybody wants to say, but even any parent, any mother, any father should know their child better than the child knows themselves. And sometimes the child can actually tell what it is exactly they are so good at, because they are not looking at what they are doing from an outside perspective. But just imagine now, my mom knows all of us intrinsically to the least. When something happens, she knows how I will react. So, meaning she also knows what I'm good at.
Yeah.
If she advises me, then it should be in line with what I'm good at. So, sometimes I also feel the teenagers should also look at that and be like, okay, this person might know what they are saying. It might not be entirely in line with what I want, but it's in line. It's a 9. It's not misplaced.
In a way.
In a way.
Okay. Okay. So let's go to beliefs. You know, many parents want their children to believe what they believe. They want their children to value what they value. Now, what are some of the things your parents value that you think that is not important or is not mandatory for you to accept?
Well, I grew up in a Christian family. We are Christian, predominantly Christian, and well, I don't think we have so many contrary beliefs because we were raised in the way of the Lord.
Okay.
But I think last week, my mom, her birthday is coming up in June.
Okay.
So she now said that, okay, I'm going to give a speech for her or something, and I was like, speech? Why? Don't you know how I feel already? And she was like, I know how you feel, but other people don't know. I'm like,
There's more responsibilities.
I'm not concerned. To me, it doesn't seem like much because I felt that because now I'm still going to do it because she was already offended that you don't and I still have to do it now. But she felt that I should be expressive about it. I should be able to tell everyone about it. But I was like, as far as you know, I'm satisfied. So maybe those are some contrary. Then my dad has this thing against left hand, giving him something with the left hand.
Okay.
And I'm like, that's the free hand. I'm doing something with this hand. I will give you with my right hand.
Oh no, in Africa you must use your right hand to
exactly.
give something to your
occupied.
And I
then
don't
you
see
suspend what you're doing
What
and
if you
give that
cannot be
elder the due
suspended?
respect.
It is
I believe I'm
respect.
speaking the minds of many of our elders
No,
around.
Mrs. Bunmi, we're not, you know, sometimes we're not doing it to be disrespectful. It's just very convenient. Imagine we're doing so, it's urgent, and you're asking, oh, please give me this, please give me this. But what we're doing, maybe, okay, you say go and fry plantain now. The plantain is burning, you know, and you're trying to scoop it out of the oil before it burns further.
And
then you say, I'm using my right hand, especially if you're right-handed, you're using your right hand to scoop the plantain out of the oil. And then somebody says, give me something. I cannot switch to my left hand.
All right. Okay, fair enough. So let's talk about counseling or giving advice by parents. You know, sometimes you, for instance, you seem to have how is the relationship with your mother? Would you say she's the BFF you've always wanted, or would you say she's too intrusive?
It's a little bit of both.
Wow.
But for the most part, she's just beginning to be the BFF I always wanted.
Okay.
For the most part, I just saw it as intrusiveness. Like, this man should leave me. What is it? But now I see that I'm older now, and I can see that it is not her intrusiveness that was how she showed that she cared. It wasn't to spite me, it wasn't to get on my nerves, it wasn't to make me uncomfortable. She just wanted to be active in my life. She did not want to be shut out. You know, she wanted to have a relationship with me, a bond, you know, because much later in life, it will come in very handy. And I think, you know, a lot of teenagers don't understand that. Parents sometimes, in trying to be active in their children's lives, they tend to go overboard, you know. Sometimes just a tad bit, and then other times over a tad bit. But they tend to overstep. Yes, sometimes. But my relationship with my mom, I like it. I love it.
So Isaac, when your parents intrude, does it give you the feeling that you're not capable of making decisions?
Well, people always say I'm weird, that I'm an older man or whatever. I don't bother. They never have said that. That one is new. But really, I always like advice.
Okay.
I always like advice. I like listening to people's ideas, different ideas from my perspective. If I want to do this, I would ask you, what do you think? How do you think I should do it? I might not eventually do what you say, but I would have learned something.
Of course. The idea would have come in handy.
Yes, it would have come in handy. So when my parents intrude, well, my parents don't really intrude. We're not the intrusive family. We share. Everybody shares. So what you are going to do, the next person knows, except maybe my brother. He's the one that we're having issues with now because it seems secretive.
It's secretive.
But
But I believe it's because he thinks that the intrusion might stop him from achieving his goal.
That's actually.
But I think if he gets to understand that parents always want the best for their children, it will not be. If he understands it, it will not be so secretive. But that's fine. That's very interesting. That's very interesting. So we've been discussing with Isaac Modi and Imiolua Agbola, and they have been telling us how parents should not misunderstand them as teenagers. We'll be going on a break. When we come back, we'll continue from where we stopped. Don't go away.